Happy opening day to the Polynesian Island Tower. Paul here, and we are so excited for the next 2 days, bringing you as much content as possible of the new Island Tower here at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. It is 7:40 in the morning, and you can see I am already in the parking lot. This building is already open, so we are going to take you on a journey today, kind of just share with you everything that we experience on opening day here at the Island Tower. We've got a deluxe studio booked for today, so we're going to check that room out and so much more. Special reminder today, this and all of our DVC fan content is brought to you by the world of DVC. DVC Resale Market. If you are looking to buy or sell a Polynesian contract and stay here at the Island Tower, you can do that. Monera Financial can help you in financing that resale market purchase, and the DVC rental store, where you can try before you buy, rent a room for a fraction of the cost as it is direct through Disney to stay here at this beautiful tower. Or if you've got some extra points left over this year and you're not going to use them, you can rent those out for cash. Thank you so much to the world of DVC for letting us stay in this beautiful villa for the next 2 nights and share it all with you. Okay, quick little recap already, because today has already started off not how we anticipated. If you guys have been around and followed the channel for a while, you know that we've done several grand openings of new Disney Vacation Club properties, and typically speaking, it's going to be later in the afternoon that you get into the actual villa. Well, here, we walked right in. Literally at 7:30 in the morning, I pulled up at the guard gate at the main Poly and I said, hey, checking into the new tower? And they said, head right over. And so I came over, parked the car, walked right in. They gave me a lei. And the big thing to keep in mind with the Island Tower is that they essentially are going digital. So from the guard gate all the way through, it's a digital experience. Now, there are a lot of cast members there to kind of assist guests this morning to get a hang of that. But you go up to the actual parking area of the Island Tower, and there is a tap point, and you can either use your Magic Band, Magic Mobile, or your key card to actually tap into the parking area. Then you park your car, come into the building. From that point forward, there is no check-in area here in the main lobby. There are cast members with iPads that will assist you if you need some assistance with that process, but they are kind of handling each individual guest. Personally, this morning, we did get a commemorative Polynesian first day key card for our rooms, and that's right, I got a key card already, which means our room is ready already. So just it's been since like the Riviera grand opening that we've actually had an experience like this, where it's been super early in the morning and we're ready. And when we planned for the next 2 days, we did not plan around that, so it's like we're gonna have a lot more time on our hands and a lot more time to explore the resort. So worked and got all checked in, and then have kind of just been browsing and roaming around the resort since that time. and we'll bring you along, kind of explore. I think we're going to go get some breakfast here momentarily from kind of the grab and go section of Wailulu Bar and Grill, and then see what happens next. You probably are asking already, where is Amy? Amy's actually home right now with the dog. She's gonna come up around noon to 1 o'clock. We just moved, and so we don't have a fence yet, so we do have to navigate our schedule a little bit around the boys. So that'll be kind of the game plan for the day, but let's go see what the Island Tower has to offer. So the cast members probably think I'm crazy at this point because this is the third time I've done this, but I first came in just to see if we could get in, and then I wanted to kind of bring you along for kind of the check-in experience here at the resort. So this is the main lobby here at the Island Tower. All of these tiles here are inspired by Polynesian islands and kind of their individual animals and stuff like that. And then we come down and we see kind of the pillars, which are the 4 main pillars here of the resort. These are the ones that we previously talked about that are themed to the different elements. So you've got water, you've got earth, you've got fire and wind, I believe, are the 4 pillars. And then if we head over here, there's a wonderful little common area that is part of the main lobby as well. I love this giant wooden table that is right here. It's like the perfect place where if you come here and you need to kind of work for the day, you can just pop up a seat, grab your computer, and just kind of sit there and enjoy working. Additionally here, there are some soft, comfortable chairs. And then above this, these are those sustainable art pieces that we were talking about in our video where we recapped kind of our first tour through here. So these are living moss pieces that essentially were brought in by a company that does kind of the living artwork. So this is real moss and stuff that is growing on there and will be sustained and continue to be upkept throughout the tower as well. As you kind of walk back here through the lobby, the feature art wall is over here off to the side as well. Now, if you remember from early concept art, was proposed to be like a waterfall feature piece, but as of right now, it is not, but it is heavily Moana themed, as you can tell here, but no water actually running on it right now, and it actually goes all the way up to the 2nd floor. We'll head up there in a little while. But this is that piece that was supposed to be kind of have that waterfall effect down the wall. So I'm not quite sure if maybe they scrapped that or if maybe it's not ready just quite yet. Right off from kind of that sitting area is where your elevator bank is going to be. The elevators are only accessible by Island Tower guests. So you do need your key card to actually get up to your specific room. This also means that those green areas, the garden terraces, those are only accessible by Island Tower guests as well. And then right off of this would be the 1st floor rooms down that hallway right there, and then also just some more Polynesian artwork. I did ask one of the cast members that were here this morning, and they informed me that the art on demand, so all of the artwork you see at the Island Tower here is going to be able to be purchased, and those art on demand kiosks are going to arrive over at Boutique, and that is going to occur, they believe, sometime in January. So it's not ready just quite yet, but it will happen in January. So another little seating area off to the side here. This is where I actually sat and kind of did my check-in experience with a cast member just to make sure we were all checked in and ready to go. But plenty of seating just to kind of hang out in the lobby here. And then the only other access off of the lobby would be in the far corner over here. And that is where the Wailulu Bar and Grill is. And I think we're gonna head that way pretty soon and grab some breakfast. We sat down here for a couple minutes. Mandy is joining us for the next 2 days as well for the grand opening here at the Island Tower. And first impressions, you just walked in.
Gorgeous. I walked in, I stayed at the standard poly rooms at the Longhouses last night, and I walked over, gorgeous view, just the walk is beautiful. And I actually met Paul in the lobby and he was filming, and I think my face was just...
Your jaw was dropped. Yeah, it was just...
I knew from the concept art and from some of the images that we had already seen already in videos that it was going to be gorgeous, but seeing it in person like it took the cake because it is just overwhelmingly beautiful. All of the different textures in all of the different art pieces and the walls, the colors, it's got all of these pops of really bright color. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Like there's
So no buyer's remorse whatsoever.
no buyer's
As a new
remorse.
Polynesian owner.
But don't tell Josh because I don't know that we need another contract.
Josh, we need another DVC contract. When the Island Tower was first revealed and some of the first concept art came out, that was around the time that Amy and I were buying a contract, and you were kind of like back and forth. And so I just started sending you and Josh contract after contract, and so did some other people that we knew.
And a few spreadsheets later, and somehow we ended up with 2 poly contracts. So here we are. But no buyer's remorse at all. This is absolutely beautiful. Way exceeded my expectations. That's all I can say, is that I knew it was going to be beautiful, but when you're here in person, it's beyond. It's just the detail. I mean, I'm like looking at this column, this huge column right in the lobby, and it just, the wood carving, it's just beautiful. That's all I can say.
There's so many intricate details that you're going to be noticing them days from now. Like I know that even just being here and trying to take in every element here, there's things I'm not going to notice until like I just sit down and like, oh, I didn't know that was over there, or something like that. So, and
the artwork is also really beautiful, and some interesting stories behind some of the artwork as well. A lot of it's they were telling us is, repurposed from, trash that they found in the ocean. So you've got like fishing line and different textiles that they've, cleaned up and then turned into these beautiful pieces of artwork that just really stand out and are just beautiful pieces here throughout the resort.
And like, you don't even notice it, but like, these are some of the most gorgeous rugs that I've ever seen. They're made of recycled bottles.
Oh, really?
Yep. Recycled plastic bottles. So those sustainable efforts are carried through the entire tower here. And I'm hungry. I think we're going to go get like kind of a bite to eat, grab and go from Wailulu, and then continue on our journey. Maybe head up to our room in a little bit and continue to explore the Island Tower.
Excited.
So we are here right outside the Wailulu Bar and Grill, which is actually open already this morning. It is open for essentially small breakfast bites. So think pastries, coffee, and you can get all those items up at the actual bar of the restaurant here. But they have the restaurant open for some seating, and we actually got a little bit of a tour by Brian, who actually brought us in and just talked about the artwork and the sustainable efforts that a lot of the design here was inspired by. Again, you've probably heard this already, but this is the first all-electric kitchen in Walt Disney World. So everything in the kitchen is being cooked using electric, which is a lot more eco-friendly, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous space. A lot of the artwork is reclaimed fishing nets, things like that have been pulled out of the ocean to just try to cut back on that pollution effort. So there's that sustainability theme will carry through a lot of the Island Tower today, but we're gonna definitely check out some breakfast in a little bit. We're gonna get lunch, dinner. We're probably just gonna eat three meals here today. Also at Wailulu, there is an outdoor seating area. This is going to be where you wanna be maybe later in the evening, right before fireworks, or perhaps when the electric water pageant comes, because this edge right here almost gives like an infinity edge look, and it looks right out over Seven Seas Lagoon, and off in the distance there is Cinderella Castle. So Wailulu Bar and Grill for breakfast is just the outside bar area over here. So it's just kind of walk up and order from the small little menu of breakfast items that they have available. Let's take a look at the menu and kind of see what's available for breakfast this morning. So we've got croissant, pineapple coconut bread, fresh fruit, cinnamon bun, banana muffin, strawberry yogurt parfait. We've got several different specialty coffees and teas, as well as just some general other beverages and things like that. I think the pineapple coconut bread, that is like one of the specialties here, so we're definitely going to try that. Everything else I think you could probably get at other quick service restaurants. And don't forget, there's like Captain Cook's and other Polynesian things across the way. I think that's like the thing that you can easily forget is that this is part of the Polynesian resort. So, you know, there's other food available as well if this kind of stuff doesn't spark your fancy. But just look at this beautiful bar as well. It looks so gorgeous, and I could see myself just kind of sitting out here, grabbing a beer and enjoying the day. So our food is truly quick service here. So they bring it in, they put everything that you order into a paper bag, and then they have essentially an area where you pick up the food and then kind of a coffee grab and go area as well. So kind of a drink station and then your food station. But we got 3 things to try. So we went with the banana muffin here on the end. That was $4.49. We also went with a traditional cinnamon bun, which was $4.99. And then the pineapple coconut bread, which I'm guessing this is very similar to what they're using over at Ohana for the pineapple coconut bread in the evening. And that was $4.79. So again, nothing really on the savory side here. It's mainly if you want something sweet for breakfast and something easy that you can grab and go. I also grabbed a Kona coffee for $4.49 as well. But we're gonna kind of sit here and enjoy a nice calm breakfast as we overlook Seven Seas Lagoon. And this is the thing that I just can't continue to not get enough of, is just the views from this resort. Looking over at the Contemporary right now, you can see the Polynesian bungalows off in the distance. It is just gorgeous, and I just want to sit here all day and take it all in and people watch. So I'm hoping this pineapple coconut bread is as I expect, which is very similar to what they serve over at Ohana. Amy and I actually just did Ohana last Thursday, and like, you have to pace yourself during that meal to like save room for that, because that for me is like one of the best parts. But let's give it a try. I threw my fork.
Is that good?
It was that good, yeah. I enjoyed it. It's got the little chunks of pineapple in there. I definitely think it is essentially what is coming from over there at Ohana. And just kind of a nice little sweet breakfast. It is a little bit spongy and lighter too. It's almost like a Parker House roll when you bite into it. So that will make my morning and kind of fill me up until we probably come back here for lunch and get the entire menu, because there's nothing that doesn't sound amazing here. So very good start to the day. We'll get Mandy and Grayson's thoughts here in a couple of seconds after they've had a chance to have a couple bites. We're wrapping up breakfast, and I was joined by Mandy again, and then Grayson over here on the right. You will get familiar with Grayson's face because he picked the best day ever to start working at the World of DVC, which is today.
Sure did.
But we've indulged in some of the breakfast treats. What was your first thoughts on breakfast at Wailulu?
All right, so I was a little bit disappointed with the breakfast menu. They do call it a continental breakfast, so they aren't lying when they say that. It's just very grab and go. I thought there would be a little bit more, but it's just mainly pastries, coffee, juices, so forth. I think there's some yogurt options as well. As far as the pastries, we did get 3 different types. I really liked the pineapple bread. It was very soft and not too sweet, so I really enjoyed that about it. The banana muffin was very good. It's more of like a coffee cake, I think, but it was very tasty. I did not taste the cinnamon roll, so I'll let Grayson talk about that one.
Yeah, Mandy had it spot on. It's kind of like what you'd expect from these type of pastries, and they're good to start the day. Carbs are great, fuel you up for the day, but nothing crazy special. And obviously it'd be great to have tucked in with a little napkin and some warm plates, but it's a good way to start the day, and pretty much like Mandy said, what you'd expect.
It's at least an option here if you are staying at the Island Tower, if you don't want to have to go all the way over to the other building. I would probably recommend that more often than not. I'm a big fan of Kona Cafe for breakfast, so that's where you can maybe get your egg dish if you really want to sit down. Or you can go to Captain Cook's and get some grab and go there as well for your quick service option. But if you're just looking for coffee, very basic things, then come here, get something sweet, and grab a coffee for breakfast, and enjoy the views. That's, again, I'm going to just say this all day, but just look at that. It's beautiful. Can't not look at it. So we got some friends joining us this week as well. You've met Pauline before, but Pauline and Phil are here on a week-long vacation? Yeah. And it just so happened to align with the Island Tower opening. So you just had some breakfast here as well. What were your first thoughts?
I mean, a little underwhelming, to be frank. It's all grab and go pastry type things. I think they could do a lot more maybe down the road. I was really hoping for like acai bowls or something like that where you'd get an Alani. And then the coffee was just your standard like regular coffee. There wasn't any like specialty drinks, which I think would be nice if they had like one Hawaiian specialty drink.
Yeah. They need to. They could up the game a little bit. Again, it's like, it's nice that it's here. Like, it's convenient, and definitely if you're someone that wants to just like jump down and get a coffee in the morning instead of making it in your room, great. But I don't know. I'd almost like get some eggs and make them in my room or something like that.
Yeah,
or
better option.
Or head over to the other.
Go to Captain Cook's.
Yeah, Captain Cook's or something like that.
Not a far walk, so.
So if we keep walking here out of Wailulu Bar and Grill, this is going to take you over to both the pool area as well as the fitness center. So I did ask, and I was told that there is only one access to the fitness center, which is outside. So we're actually alongside it right now. It is right off to the side right here. And there are already people in here on opening day kind of working out in there. Also off to the side right here, this is going to be right next to the pool. And this is going to be where you find your refillable mug station with the Coke Freestyle machines. So there are 2 Coke Freestyle machines there. And then over here is the gym. And we're just going to kind of take a quick look into the gym while we are here. See if we need to tap in with our magic band or if we can go right in. Oh, we can go right in. Look at that. So we got like a water and towel station right off to the side here. And then basically kind of all your standard gym equipment through here. Some weight benches, a couple treadmills. It looks like they've got some of the nicer, newer equipment that we've seen at some of the other resorts recently. But this is what Polynesian has desperately needed for a long time now, which is a gym. So previously, prior to today, they actually shared a gym space with the Grand Floridian. So you actually had to take the walking path, which has been closed for a while now, and take that walking path all the way over to the Grand Floridian if you did want to enjoy the gym. But this is a perfect addition here and can only be accessed here from the outside. So you do need to kind of walk around the side, or if you're coming from the main resort, just follow the path over to the Island Tower and it'll bring you right over to here. While we're down here, let's also just kind of take a quick look over at the pool area and see what's happening there. So again, it is a tap in point. So got the magic band ready and we will tap into the pool. This pool is accessible by all guests staying at the Polynesian. So unlike some of the other things here at the tower, which are exclusive to just Island Tower guests, the pool here is accessible by all guests. And there is no one in here yet this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. When we were being told about this the other day, so you've got a 0 entry over here, and then you also have the first of what they're calling a sun shelf here at the pool off to the side. And all of the chairs, most of the chairs are angled so that right off in the distance, right over there, you can see Cinderella's castle. And they're all kind of angled just perfectly so that you can look over in that direction. Also off to the side here, you have your Whirlpool Spa, kind of a smaller spa. But again, this is not supposed to be a feature pool. This is a leisure pool, which is a smaller concept of a pool here at the resort. And then kind of the main feature that everyone loves is the Moana splash pad area, which is again through another gate off to the side right here. And you've got the main feature piece, Moana and her Wayfinder, and kids can actually just climb right up on her right there and enjoy playing on the Wayfinder. And I think that kids are gonna have a blast over here. I feel like not even talking. You just have to like, the water sounds, it's beautiful. Two other things to quickly note here about the new Cove pool here at the Polynesian. It is a leisure pool, and since it is, there is no lifeguards that are actively on duty. So there is someone that is roaming around kind of as a lifeguard, but I think that might be important to note. That is pretty consistent with a lot of the leisure pools though. The other thing is when we were on the tour the other day, we actually got told about just making sure that you check out some of the art pieces that are actually here in the pool area. So these have all been carved out of wood or sculpted in some way, shape, or form. And it's just pretty cool. They got the little fish over here, kind of in the little planter areas throughout the Cove pool area. So a nice little touch and addition to what, you know, normally is just like a little planter bed or something like that. But this is a beautiful pool, and it's not too cold today for Florida, so I'm actually surprised that no one's like in here enjoying it already. Over here by the Cove pool, they also have these hammocks, which I feel like I would maybe fall out of, but we're gonna give it a try. Oh yeah. Well, I still feel kind of unstable, but this would be a cool place to hang out for a while and just kind of relax. It's crazy. So many people have come up to me already and said this, and it feels very much like Aulani. You do not feel like you are at Walt Disney World as part of the Island Tower. I think they've really embraced a lot of the Aulani characteristics, and the resort just kind of has that laid back feel to it. And it's almost separate from the original Polynesian section, where that still kind of has that feel of like I'm in Disney World and everything. But this is very, the Disney touches are subtle. There are those subtle Disney touches that make it that Disney experience, the background music, the little characters that are kind of integrated into artwork in creative ways. But overall, it almost kind of is an escape to a different place. And so kudos to the Imagineers and everyone that worked on this building, because I think rather successful in that effort. And I don't have really anything. We had breakfast earlier, and that was kind of, you know, just some easy grab and go kind of stuff. But other than that, like so far, we've really not experienced anything that is a miss. And I know we said that on our first recap, but so I sound like a broken record, but it's true. Like, I love this resort, and I can't wait to stay here more often. Just to confirm, the pool is open already, so we've got some rather large hours here, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. for the Cove pool. So you can come here super early in the morning and enjoy the sunrise, or you can kind of come later in the evening. So there will be an official kind of what I call an Amy Krieger room tour up on dvcfan.com in the coming day, but we'll kind of do just a quick little walkthrough of the room today as we just got it. The artwork here, though, is just so amazing. And actually behind these panels is access to the different rooms, shower, and also housekeeping stuff. It is very similar to what you'll see at the Coronado Springs Grand Destino Tower. So we are here on the 6th floor for our Deluxe Studio theme park view today. And let's head it into the room and kind of just do a quick walkthrough. So this is a dedicated Deluxe studio, so we don't have any lock-off door or anything like that off to the side here. As you first walk in, you're greeted by a great full-length mirror here. I actually think this would be perfect for our new home. And then the bathroom is off to the side here. So you've got two big mirrors along with a nice walk-in shower, and then the toilet closet off to the side there as well. Right to your right here is your big wardrobe and storage. There's an ironing board in there. You've got all of my luggage and stuff that is in there already. And then you kind of head into the main living space. A big addition that I love is this is like a dedicated spot to plop your luggage. And I imagine that they've kind of learned over time that it's just gets beat up in here by people just trying to find random places to put their luggage. So that is a perfect addition to the room. You've got a little sitting area here so that you can kind of have a workspace with a little table. And then off to the side here is your kitchenette area, little miniature fridge. All of the Island Tower rooms also now have a dishwasher built into the room as well. Again, that's all part of the sustainable efforts here at the Island Tower. You've got the pull-down Murphy bed, which is right here. And again, this artwork, oh, we're gonna spend way too much money on artwork that is Polynesian themed, but that is awesome. The bed is off to the side here, and it is gorgeous. And then you've kind of got more sitting area, kind of a drawers underneath here for additional storage as well. Plenty of storage, I think, built into these rooms. Big flat screen, smart television, and then what I would call the piece de resistance, the view. Let's see if we can find our way out here. And I am jealous because I will not be staying here tonight. Amy and Mandy are going to stay here, but there are going to be perimeter fireworks for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party tonight. And yeah, there is no better place to watch the fireworks, in my opinion, all around Seven Seas Lagoon. This is the perfect spot. And so, yeah, I will be very jealous. I'll be FaceTiming Amy tonight as she watches the fireworks from the room. I also noticed normally they do something kind of special for like the grand opening of a resort. So in here we do have a little card, and we have a little Polynesian Village Resort water bottle that is in this bag as well, and also a nice little Polynesian Village Resort pint glass. So super cute little touches to add to the grand opening of the Polynesian, and that's awesome that people get to experience that. But yeah, beautiful room. Like I said, a full room tour will go up later on the DVC Fan YouTube channel, and we'll kind of show you every single little nook and cranny of this room. We just came back out of the room, and we are on the 6th floor, which kind of is one of the overlooks of a terrace garden. So the terrace gardens on certain floors, so in this case it would be the 5th and 6th floor, it kind of overlooks on the 6th floor down to the terrace garden area, which I think is pretty cool. It is just, the views from this tower, I still can't believe how gorgeous they are. We are going to head back downstairs for a little while. Jeff Haslam just got here, and he was told that around 11, they're going to be doing something maybe a little bit special for Disney Vacation Club members at kind of the kiosk, maybe giving out a special gift or something. So we will check that out at that point in time. And then I think we're going to try to get some lunch. I assume it's going to be chaotic down there for lunch. We did look on the mobile order menu. It is already like 110 to 130 minutes from now for mobile ordering. So yeah, it's opening day. It's busy. Everyone wants to try all the food and stuff. So.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Magic Band check-in officially worked. Pulling into the Island Tower. I'm super excited to meet up with Paul. And I'm shocked that there's a parking place, but there's plenty of parking here. So, in fact, I think that's Paul's Tesla right there. I'm going to go park next to him. Excited to bring this content to you. I'm excited. I've never been here for a opening day situation. So, we'll see you inside. As you just saw, Magic Band check-in worked perfectly. No issues at all. They had security on site and a couple of maintenance guys just in case something didn't work, but my Magic Band scanned right in, had no problems at all. Plenty of parking behind me. I'm just walking under the monorail now and gonna go head inside and find the rest of the crew.
Look who I found in the lobby.
Hi, Paul.
You look like a lost puppy down here.
A little bit.
Yeah? What do you
wandering
think?
around.
Yeah?
I'm excited. I kind of filmed a little bit outside. I didn't tell you this already, but I filmed coming in with the Magic Band to make sure like it worked and
Yeah?
talk to the security guards a little bit.
Yeah.
like a well-oiled machine. It was the most easy experience I've ever had coming to a resort.
Yeah, kind of the smart kind of touchless system is working very well. We went up to the room for a little bit, got in there very smoothly. It's worked on the elevators, it's worked on the terrace garden areas and everything.
Perfect.
So no problems whatsoever in getting into any of those areas. But yeah, it's we are now down in the main lobby. You said you spoke to someone about.
Yeah, so I went over to see if there was any kind of special event. The one lady did say that they had some Polynesian royalty here and they did a blessing, but like it was kind of low key. They didn't want a lot of people around because it was kind of a, kind of a religious ceremonial experience. But also the DVC kiosk lady told me that if we were to come back in about 20 minutes, they might have something for us as far as a gift. So I don't know what that is, but we'll see.
In 20 minutes, we are going to try to do that and also try to get on the wait list for the Wailulu Bar and Grill for lunch. Mandy went over there a couple minutes ago, so the wait list is going to be virtual on the app. So continuing the theme of, touchless experience and everything like that. So we couldn't get on the list early, so once it turns 11, you'll hit the button right away at 11 o'clock. And you'll go and hopefully get some lunch. But we're excited to sit down
hungry.
there for lunch. So,
I'm hungry. Okay, so let's talk transportation. Kind of some things we've confirmed from what we already knew. Some new information from this morning. Basically, the Great Ceremonial House is still going to be your main transportation hub. So buses, monorail, all that stuff going to be over there. Lyft and Uber can't get in over here without you. So if you're in the Uber or in the Lyft, you can come in through the gate with your Magic Band, but they cannot come and pick you up here. You have to go over to the main Polynesian building to get that. However, minivans are going to be able to pick you up here if that's a transportation form that you utilize. However, it's not working today. They're hoping to have that up and running tomorrow. They're having trouble with their transponders and working with the gate, but by tomorrow they should have that figured out and a minivan can come get you here. But everything else, main building. Yeah. So we went over to get our opening day DVC member free gift. And it's a lei. Really cool lei that has grand opening 2024 on the back. So I don't know how long they'll have these. I don't know how long they'll be in stock. They're also doing previews of the rooms, just like they do at Saratoga Springs, from 11 to 12:30 daily. They are already booked out today and tomorrow. So if you want that, get on the list early. Otherwise, you might not have an opportunity.
Aloha from the Wailulu Bar and Grill. We just sat down to the first lunch service here on opening day, and we've got quite a crew with us, and that means we're gonna get a lot of food. We're gonna try all of the exciting stuff on the new menu and bring you along for it. We've got Pauline and Grayson joining us for lunch, as well as Mandy and Jeff, and Phil's on his way down, and Amy's in a car driving here. Pauline, first thoughts, what are we leaning towards?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this menu. The ahi tuna crisp for sure. Poke bowl, interested in what the grilled fish of the day is. I love seafood, so to see a couple good seafood options on here is really exciting. And we're in Hawaii, so of course there would be.
I am super excited for this yuzu oolong tea lemonade. I'm very thirsty, so I'm excited for something refreshing. And obviously, I think Paul's been pointing it out, but we're sitting with like the most beautiful view to eat at. It's hot in Florida in December, but it feels great right now. We got some breeze. And so whatever we eat, it's going to be refreshing and amazing, I'm sure. And we'll be back to you soon to tell you if that's true.
And Jeff Haslam here, so we do have some large questions for Jeff at the moment.
Well,
so Jeff,
here's the thing. You guys all know me. I'm a picky eater, and there are no chicken tenders on this menu. So I have to step outside my comfort zone a little bit. But Paul says he's never had a good pork chop at any restaurant, and there's a marinated pork chop on the menu that I'm very tempted to get. But also the grilled fish of the day sounds good, depending on what it is. So
don't do it.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
got the hibiscus margarita. It was just okay. It's pretty basic. It does have a good flavor. It's a little tart, but it wasn't anything spectacular.
Getting the cinnamon in it?
I didn't taste the cinnamon at all. So it just tastes like a regular margarita with like a splash of some sort of like a hint of hibiscus flavoring.
So I got the passion fruit and pineapple daiquiri. It is really good. Like, it's the best drink I've had at Disney in a long time. It's kind of like a subtle sour flavor to it. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but that could probably be dangerous as well. But yeah, you can really taste the fruit. You can really taste the rum. It's a very good overall kind of calming drink. I'm really happy with my choice.
All right, I got the iced hibiscus tea. I was a little disappointed because I really don't drink alcohol and there wasn't a lot of mocktails available on the menu. So I got this, and I've had hibiscus tea before. This honestly tastes, the flavor's a little more robust than normal unsweetened iced teas I've had in the past. This one was delicious, and I was excited for the mocktail option, but this made up for it.
All right, I ordered the yuzu oolong tea lemonade. So I was expecting kind of like an Arnold Palmer type situation. It's definitely more of a lemonade profile. It does have a little bit of that tea like aftertaste and that you get with tea. So it's a little bit stronger than a regular lemonade, and it's very refreshing. But nothing crazy special. It's just refreshing. And it was the only other, I think, non-alcoholic option. So we went with those.
Aloha from the Polynesian Villas and Bungalows Island Tower. I just got here. I had to stay home with the dogs for a little bit longer because we don't have a fence. Our HOA takes forever to approve things, so we just moved in. So I wanted to get them out to the bathroom one last time before we spent a long time here. We are at the Wailulu Bar and Grill. They have a table. Because I came late, they don't really have any extra chairs or anything, so I'm sitting on the ground right here, just on this ledge. They're eating. I'm gonna snack on some stuff, but they seem a little understaffed today. I mean, it is opening day, so I understand, they're just getting stuff together. But I'm still gonna have some food. I'm gonna try some things, and we're gonna see how things go.
So I had the ahi tuna crisps and the wings. We actually had the wings last night over at, it was at Captain Cook's or something. Those were better, I will say. So save the wings for over there. But the ahi tuna crisps, phenomenal. I would highly recommend getting them. And I feel like they gave you a good quantity as well. I also got the fish. It started with a C. My rule is if I don't know the fish, I get it. Very good. I think you need a little more seasoning, but the flavor profile in general is very good. It's definitely more like wintry leaning. It's a nice breezy day, so it worked well. And it felt a little more high end of a dish than from a place like this. So if you're looking for something special, it might be a go-to choice.
All right, so I had the grilled shrimp for the appetizer of my choice. It was so good. Like, no joke. That was one of the best flavored shrimps. I don't know what the sauce was. It had like a garlic ting to it. Very, very, very good. I also had the marinated pork chop with smashed potatoes. Also very good. The sauce that they used had a little tiny bit of spice to it. For normal people, that's probably fine. For me, that doesn't like spice, it was a bit of a surprise. But all in all, very good, and it was a huge portion. Like, I didn't even finish the potatoes. Amy Krieger's macking the rest of my potatoes right now. So, but yeah, it was very, very good. Lots of flavor. Paul says he's never had a good pork chop at a restaurant because it comes out so dry. This was not dry at all. So I'm very, very impressed with this restaurant. I think it's going to be a go-to for me a lot of the time. So.
All right, I had the poke bowl with ahi tuna, and it was really good. It was very light, refreshing. The sauce is a little bit spicy, not much, but it gives it a nice little kick. And I loved the fresh vegetables with it. There was edamame, there were some pickled cucumbers, which were really good, nice and tangy. Overall, it was a really good dish. I will say we had the ahi tuna crisps as an appetizer. The tuna obviously is like very similar, so I would say unless you really want some ahi tuna, maybe not get both, but both were really, really good. Ahi tuna crisps were probably my favorite appetizers. We also did the crispy chicken wings. They were okay. They were a little salty for my taste, but overall my favorite appetizer was the ahi tuna crisps.
All right, so I had the short rib loco moco as my main dish. It was very good. They had crispy rice cakes under it, which were very good. It was similar to what was in the appetizer, the musubi. It had a fried egg on top, and then the meat was really, really soy saucy, very salty. I kind of agree with Mandy. A lot of the food had a little bit extra salt on some of the bites, but overall it was very good. I also ate some of the chicken wings, which had, if you like soy sauce, they're very soy sauce-esque. And they were nice and crispy. And then my favorite dish was the musubi appetizer with the Spam, and then it had crispy on the outside and had the rice cake on the inside. And I ate like 3 of them. I just kept going back. So they were really, really good as an appetizer. And yeah, the short rib loco moco was great. And lastly, I did take a bite of the pork chop, the controversial pork chop. It was very good. I liked it.
Okay. I am a critic of a pork chop only because I love pork chops. I have nothing against them. They are a great food if they are cooked properly. And you go out to eat, and they have an amazing pork chop on the menu, and you're like, oh, it sounds so good. And you order it, and you regret it every time. I think that it might have been the right decision today. Jeff's pork chop was not dry. It had a very nice sweet taste to it as well with the glaze. So this pork chop may be worth coming back for. I think you should definitely give it a try. As much as I am a critic, but I love pork chops, so take that for what it is.
So we're doing a switcheroo over here. As Paul said earlier, there was no more extra chairs and no tables, so a couple of us volunteered to come over to the bar. Phil was good enough to come wait for a table. And so Phil, Pauline, and I are over here having some drinks. Phil's gonna have lunch, and we're gonna have dessert for sure. So we're gonna give you a scan of the bar here in a minute, but like we said over at the other table, I don't know that there's a better restaurant on property for views. Of course, the light isn't gonna cooperate because there we go. Now you can kind of see the Magic Kingdom over there, the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, the breeze coming through. It's a beautiful location. Even if the food sucked, I think I'd still come, but the food's been pretty good, so. All right, so we got dessert. We got the chocolate cake, which is salted caramel ganache, coffee-infused chantilly cream with bananas, and a Dole Whip sundae, which is hibiscus meringue, macerated. Is that how you say that?
Yeah,
macerated pineapple, and berries, and it's also got some kiwi in there. Thoughts, Pauline?
Both of them are good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Dole Whip. It's so quintessential Polynesian. So we had to get that. They had the cutest little Mickey meringue on it, so definitely Instagrammable. But my favorite is this like chocolate cake mousse thing. It is absolutely delicious, and the flaked salt is just like the perfect finishing touch.
Yeah, it's both of them are very good. The chocolate cake has like 3 flavors going on at once for me, which I know is very good. And then you can never go wrong with Dole Whip, but such a simple addition of adding the berries just makes that even better. So I'm very pleased. There's only one other dessert here, the vanilla creme brulee. We didn't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. We'll give that one a try.
It's not anything like super special.
Yeah, a creme brulee is kind of a creme brulee.
Yeah, but I think it's a fan favorite. So if you have like a picky eater, I feel like a lot of people like that for dessert.
Definitely.
So I am just already a huge Polynesian fanboy. And so I really wanted to try to temper my expectations or curb my enthusiasm for this new property and this restaurant. But the setting is absolutely gorgeous. I can't think of a more picturesque setting. The food has been nothing short of amazing. And this espresso martini that Jeff is going to show you is beyond sublime. It is the best espresso martini I've ever had. And I drink a lot of them all over the world. And this one right here is the best one I've ever had. And you should not come here so that there's more room for me.
What did you think of the desserts?
The desserts were also really wonderful, very well executed. The Dole Whip with the macerated berry assortment was wonderful, very light and delightful, exactly what you'd expect from a traditional Dole Whip. However, the spin on the classic chocolate cake was lovely. The incorporation of the caramelized bananas, the flaked sea salt in between the layers, and then the juxtaposition between the very delicate chantilly cream and the depth and richness of the cake all work so well together. The flavors meld together like if you've ever seen the scene in Ratatouille where Remy's trying to coach a meal through the thought process of the combination of flavors. That those little ethereal explosions in the back of their mind is what happens for me as I'm describing this delicious dessert. So I would give this place a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10 all day, every day.
All joking aside, Phil is 100% correct. I am not an espresso martini person. We just got off a Royal Caribbean cruise with Paul, Amy, Jeff, Dan, my Amy. I think Amy and Dan drank their weight in espresso martinis, and I had a sip over it once in a while. Not really my jam. This is very, very good. Probably the best espresso martini I've ever had, and I don't even like coffee. So I can't say enough good things about this restaurant. Pauline said about the short ribs earlier that it tasted like candy, and I think that was a perfect description. Everything I tried I felt was good. Like, I don't know, this is going to be a very popular place, I feel like. The desserts, full of flavor, very good presentation. There's a part of me that kind of wishes we've got the creme brulee. It's weird, I don't even like it, but it's like one of those things that is just left there in the background that we didn't get. But anyway, it's fine.
I also want to mention, I think it's so interesting, like it did so well on the first day. Usually they're still getting the kinks out, so we can only go up from here, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. But it took us a little while for our waitress to get around to us, but once she was there, she was very, very good. Yeah. I think they just maybe got a little overwhelmed on the first day, but this is going to be a very popular place, and you can't beat the view.
I think it's also important to mention. Oh, okay. I was just going to tell Jeff to mention to you folks, try to think about it from this frame of reference too. This is a casual sit-down spot. This assortment of tables and chairs that we have here, this is first come, first served. You just come up and grab this. This is effectively a quick service type experience. And the quality of the food and the drinks is like something I would get in Chico or, I don't know, I don't want to say anything dramatic like Narcoossee's, but when I'm thinking about dinner service and drinks and hospitality, I feel like I'm in a high-end Disney flagship restaurant. And it's not priced that way. It's not situated that way. This place is going to be off the rails popular once it catches on and people realize what a gem it is. And I just did that whole thing with this down by my knee. So.
Hey everyone, we're at one of the Terrace gardens here at the Island Tower at the Polynesian. I can't remember which one this one is. Is the Lagoon? I don't think it's the Lagoon, it's the other one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These are some really cool spaces with some really great views. If you want to, maybe you can get behind me, you can see that we're overlooking Seven Seas Lagoon right now. Some are bigger than others, some have more seating than others. Each one's a little bit different, they're themed a little differently. But just a really kind of a quiet place to relax, to chill. Wait for your room to be ready. My only complaint is there's no place to plug in. Like if you wanted to charge your phone or work from your laptop, you better make sure your battery's full because there's no place to do that in these gardens, which I kind of think is a miss. But other than that, they're just really beautiful places. The music is really loud. I don't know if you can hear it over me. It's a little bit overkill given the small space, but you can't beat the views. These are going to be hard to come by. Fireworks, sunset, sunrise even probably, but just really neat spaces.
Trying to talk over the Christmas music that's playing here, but here is the garden terrace that is on the 6th floor. This is one of the ones that is overlooking the front of the resort. So the view is going to be, hopefully eventually, the golf course, and there's some water out here. Right now, the view is more construction than anything, since they're still working on all of this stuff. But I imagine eventually this will be a really, really pretty place to sit. And as you can see, it's empty. It's got some plants. These are actually fake plants, but still have a really good look to it. Lots of little seating out here. So this is the one that is on the 6th floor. Sitting here in one of the terraces, and the view is so pretty. I do imagine there's limited seating, so they are going to be very popular during the fireworks. They are key card access only for guests of the Island Tower. So if you're staying in the Polynesian, the Longhouses, the hotel, you won't have key card access to these spaces, but they're still going to be very full. For example, this is one of the best ones. It's one of the two that overlook the fireworks. There's 2 rocking chairs on that side, 2 rocking chairs on the other side, so a total of 4 rocking chairs, and then this giant couch sectional thing with a roof on it. And that's really about the only places to sit in this one, so it is going to get very busy. So if you want to see fireworks, I definitely recommend coming early for a spot here.
So I've really enjoyed my time here so far. I've been very excited for this addition to the DVC properties for months and months now, but any expectations I had were truly blown away. The beauty is of the lobby and the architecture on the outside, all the theming in the different areas, they're so thoughtful. And there's been a lot of criticism, especially for me, especially in the last few years, about how Disney has sort of lost their way in theming and line of sight, things of that nature. And we're not getting into the line of sight debate, but they took so much care to put so many details into even the smallest areas. And then experiencing the restaurant was just out of this world. I was not expecting that for the price point at which you're going to get that restaurant, and for the casualness of it. The execution of the menu was wonderful. The food was wonderful. The service was amazing, and the price point was fantastic. That's going to easily become one of the top 10 busiest and most popular restaurants on property, unless they change the menu. I'm just overwhelmed and blown away by everything that I've experienced thus far, and I haven't even stayed here yet or experienced the pool or any of the other amenities. Just taking it all in has been a wonderful experience thus far.
This is Pauline, our resident Polynesian princess. Like, look how beautiful she looks.
I was very excited, so I always try to curate my outfits to the day. So I got this little flower thing going, and then they gave us these grand opening little lays, so it went perfectly with my outfit. But I do love these little terraces out here. Now, the ones that are facing the back near the monorail are not in peak condition yet, but they will be really nice to look at when the golf course is fully sodded and looking beautiful, and you can watch the monorail at night. And then over here on the castle side, you can just see the fireworks. If you can find a spot, I guarantee they're going to be fully packed. I will say the one miss, though, I would love to bring a laptop out here and come work. There's no plugs, so maybe they want you to stay in vacation mode, and that was intentional, but I would like to see some plugs for my computer or phone as I'm resting and looking to recharge myself and my devices.
Lava Rock Terrace. It's on floor 4. It overlooks the right now construction golf course. It's nice. It does get beamed with the afternoon sun. It's a lot bigger than the other one that faces this side, but definitely these ones are going to be easy, I think, to get spots. The ones facing the castle are going to be the ones that get full. Okay, so the glare on these is a little bit rough. I'm trying to stand in a way, but these are kind of renderings of original concept art of what Walt had envisioned for the Polynesian. So he actually had intended for there to be a tower. So what I think is really cool, excuse the glare, but especially if you look at this one, you can see the tower has kind of a similar shape. This is more of like a pyramid, but it does have that kind of scaffold shape. And then I feel like the roof thing up here is very, very similar to what Walt wanted at one time. And then here's some kind of lobby, what they were supposed to look like. So I thought that was really cool. This is on the 2nd floor, and you can also overlook the lobby right here and see these right here are the like hydroponic. They are real plants and they hang down. So that's pretty cool. The carpeting all down there is made with 100% recycled bottles as part of like the conservation. And I just really love this, all the little lighting at the top and all the seating areas and all the splashes of blue in the carpet. Also, these pillars represent the 4 elements. So that one over there is wind, and then far on the other side is fire. And then over there by the entrance of the restaurant is water, and then this one represents earth.
The sun is starting to go down, and that means it's the end of essentially day 1 of our Polynesian Island Tower experience. How was the first day for you?
Great. So I got in a little bit later than Paul. We had their dogs to take care of, but as soon as I got in, we were having lunch. The food at the Wailulu Grill was really good. I'm excited to try some more later, and just the tower is just so pretty. There's so many splashes of color, little artistic accents, touches of Disney. I know that a lot of it is based on like wayfinding and Moana, but it's not in your face Moana. It's just very classic touches that I think DVC members have come to really love. We just got done doing a tour of a 2-bedroom penthouse villa, and that was very pretty. I love our studio. I'm excited to see the rooms that we have tomorrow. We're going to check out a duo and a 1-bedroom there.
Yeah, it's been a great day. This tower, I think, exceeds expectations. If you've kind of been a critic of it throughout the construction phase, just come over here and experience it. Most people just keep saying it makes you feel like you're at Alani, or it makes you feel like you're in Hawaii to a certain degree. And you do forget until you hear the train at Magic Kingdom,
We're checking it
which
right
you
now.
can hear in the background right now, that you are actually at Walt Disney World for a little bit. So we've had
And we haven't experienced the pool or
No,
anything
yeah.
yet. So
I think that you guys are going to do that maybe a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm going to head back home to take care of our dogs for the evening and also start editing all of these videos. So this is where we're going to end kind of part 1 of our grand opening experience. And part 2 is probably going to start in a few minutes, but I'm going to take part 1 home so that I can get it up and so that you guys can watch this as quickly as possible. So please stay tuned for all of the videos that we have from the Island Tower up on our DVC Fan YouTube channel. Amy's been busy, hard at work on Patreon, patreon.com/DVCFan throughout the day. And we've just been putting content basically anywhere, our partner sites, rental store, resale market, all those different places. We just want to bring you as much Island Tower coverage as we possibly can.
And I'm going to stay tonight, and we have the Magic Kingdom Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party fireworks, perimeter fireworks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to video them and see what they look like from here, from our room.
Yep. So stay tuned for part 2 of our grand opening experience, but we will see you guys for the next video.